Well, hello, my hash brown addict, Ito Mortis, and everybody else. My name is La Vida Virtual, and we're gonna play. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish it today. I don't know. Francis has refused, out of spoiler reasons, to tell me how much left of the case there is. So we're gonna see. I feel like we're getting sort of close, but you never know. You have 60 Mondstadt hash browns. Good. So there's an item that you should try to craft, Ito. It's called the NRE. May the blue badger be with you. Craft this. You too, Francis. It's called the NRE 30. And I can't remember how to unlock it, but it's really, really useful if you're about to die. You can. You don't have to go into your menu to heal. You can just set it to your... It's really nice in co-op, too, if you ever do co-op. You can just set it to your L1 circle when you can heal in the middle of combat without opening the menu. It's very, very useful. I was co-oping with some of my friends who are at lower level, and they needed some help, and they were all dying over and over again, and I was like, man, this is useful. Anyway, you might Google that. That's something you can craft, and I can't remember how you unlock it. It might have something to do with reputation in Mondstadt. Something like that. It might be related to the reputation quests, I think. Or leeway. Maybe leeway, I don't know. Anyway. May the blue badger be with you. Good to see you, Francis. I'm so glad you're enjoying Genshin again. There's a lot of content, and there's even more coming out. I might stream Genshin again eventually. We'll see. But I got some new projects I want to play. 2 new games I want to play. So it's time to finish up. Not finish up, but work on some Phoenix Wright. Let's do it. Let's go. May the Force be with you. Oh boy. I wonder if we have 1 day of investigations, maybe 1 more day of court. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
You fabricated evidence! Lana, that's not good! That's illegal! I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark A killing. Sounds like everybody's heard about these killings but me! Lana wanted Dark A convicted so badly, that's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? I was violated. Maybe. I don't know. It's all there in the file. Joe Dark A's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother. He left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do? What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark A tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? You're playing it on PC? Oh, you're talking about the NRE? Yeah, look up that item. It's really useful. In emergency situations, in like boss fights and stuff, if you're about to die and you don't have any heals on your cooldown, you can pop your food into your NRE and automatically heal really quickly. I don't know what the buttons are on PC, obviously. Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. Wait. So that means you... Yeah. I was a witness in the Joe Dark A trial. I didn't see that one coming. It happened 2 years ago. It was the night of this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark A. Seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother? Joe Dark A tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. Whoa, this is epic. What I saw burned a picture permanently in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? I don't remember that moment when Darkey stabbed Mr. Marshall. Well, that's not a permanent picture. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why why she made up the crime. Made up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yeah, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It was all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. Oh, stop being edgy, Emma. It's not your fault. Stop being an edgy girl. Come on, pep up. You can do it. So it's true, even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must have not been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Oh, no. That's not good. What did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Darkey knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. What? Maybe he wasn't the murderer. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. That is sort of traumatic, to be fair. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimony and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. So we have some deep-rooted problems in your psychological behavior associated with this crime that has caused you to become crazy. I see. Any more? I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Something puzzling? There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Darkey had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Oh, across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. Apparently not. She falsified evidence. Well, what? That's news to me. After the Joe Darkey case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Oh, yes, you better. Let's review the evidence here. Let's review the evidence. Edward Jones. Executive investigators. Head investigator. This is gonna be it's gonna be interesting. We got the security camera, we got Marshall's fingerprints. The jar. We don't know what that's about, but something is there. Glove. Evidence room, floor plans. The blue badger. The blue badger. Goodman's lost item report. Screwdriver. This has got something to do with it. Screwdriver has something to do with it. I don't know what. Evidence ID card. I'm feeling like 77777 is the murderer. And I bet you it's the chief. I bet you it's the chief. Switchblade knife. Shoe. Crime photo. Parking lot floor plans. Muffler. Note from Goodman. Autopsy report. There's so many evidences. Parking stub. Blue badger. The blue badger. Also this trophy. There's a lot to do here. All right, let's go talk to Lana. Lana.
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were that type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Why should we?
But Lana, you're wrong. An innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana,
Emma told me about
you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. You have a right, Mr. Wright. But don't get me wrong, baby. I'm a murderer.
Today's trial. A lot of revelations were uncovered at today's trial. Not of least of which was the fact that this is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
In your opinion, how many evidences will you still find, or do you think you have them all? I doubt that I have them all, Francis. Though I am unsure of the number. I hope it's not too many more, because I have so many evidences to pick through. It's so hard. So many evidences. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. I was looking for a soul to steal. I had myself some evidence, and I presented it like it was real. Ooh, baby, put that on my mixtape, honey.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. She might have done it. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. Remember to check that cop. It's important. It's definitely not important, but I will. Just for you, Francis, I will.
It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing! That's the real killer, right there. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief back then, but still worked on the crime scenes.
Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. He was Batman, before there was Batman. He was the Knight, the Dark Knight. He was Harvey Dent and Batman together.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before reports could even be filed. Emma really idolized their big sister.
But now,
you're the chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was
You gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, I became chief of police and arranged my transfer to prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
Aha! 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark A.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon.
My name is Damon. I'm a demon man. I forged the evidence, just like my plan. I might be a killer, we'll find out. Just run yourself in Damon Town and then you'll find out.
Oh boy.
Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared same office and the same investigations. We even shared bodily fluids occasionally. Off the record, of course.
They even had the same office!
We led a team of the best investigative detectives of the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Star. We were the best superheroes ever. We all looked like superheroes too. Look, there's a guy from Guy Noir. See? And my name is Jake Goodman, see? And there's a Western boy.
Hey, Jake Marshall.
There's Angel Star. I'm the star witness. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho.
No kidding.
Without a doubt, Joe Darke was a serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Darke.
You see, the first person to happen upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Darke that day.
It was Gant. It was totally Gant. He's the murderer. I can already tell. I already know. I can totes tell, though.
The investigation was in its final stages and Darke must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let the guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana?
It appears so.
How could Gant not have been at the scene, huh? He was there questioning.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Confusing. It is.
I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Darke.
Oh no!
When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Now float down here, Georgie.
When Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out.
And the suspect, Joe Darke. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Darke had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma and carried her out of the room. And just held her.
Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through. Just a second, my friends. Okay, sorry about that. Just answering a text.
After that, I placed Darke under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight.
How did he get knocked out? Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident?
That's right. Quite a coincidence, eh?
I don't buy it. Whoa, what are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall, yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced of the ruling against Joe Darkegg.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Darkegg at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared.
The office that Mr. Gant now
Occupies himself, the chief's office.
Yo, it's totes him, dude. It's totes the chief. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the SL9 murder.
Ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Chief's office? Is it in here? I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The chief detective seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for someone other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up the morning. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Did you know I'm starting to be an opera singer too? Que sera, sera. I've been working on it. What do you think? Pretty good, eh? Yeah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck could run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy? Must be his pet cactus.
See?
Where are you headed?
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But Mr. Marshall, why'd you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth, it was that one.
Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us what exactly happened?
Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that there trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me neither. All the detectives thought so.
What do you mean fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon.
The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip?
That was Joe Darke's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? You forgot the cop! Oh no! I did forget him! That was a long conversation with Lana. I forgot him. I'm sorry.
That case left behind scars of all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. He was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean the
King of Prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at like that at me? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. That day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day the evidence will transfer.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder.
Lightning and a thunder? Evidential transferal took place on the night of lightning. For Emma, it was frightening. In spite of the lightning, a murder still took place. No sighting.
I can't believe 2 years have already gone by. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes of that case. We all knew that later.
Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of.
Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted, boxed away in a tiny room. They put me in a box. But my cactus still thrived, baby, yeah.
What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious.
No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They? Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky.
I knew it was Gant. He's the murderer.
That's my guess. The investigation lead Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Skywalker, Damon Gant. There wasn't a person on that force who hadn't heard of that duel. The case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah, and Damon Gant, the chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she's left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skywalker was totally different from when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret started 2 years ago.
Oop. Whiskey. I like whiskey in the morning and in the evening. When the sky turns gray, looking for that bottle. Old number 7. Clear. It's the only thing that dries my tears.
That song was from my cousin's band, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, by the way. Shout out to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. They're very good.
So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy.
He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict.
But someone else was the one who gave him the evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant.
I knew it! I could have told you.
Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Oh, I like whiskey in the morning. Too bad I won't be around to work with you.
When you become a real
scientific investigator. Adios, Bambinarina. Call me like 10 years when you've grown a pair and we can maybe hang out right in the saddle. You know. See you later.
That was cool. Criminal Affairs Department. Alright, we gotta go see Lana Sky. If you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the discussion about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement of the media tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is just the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway of the other building and take the top floor up. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Okay. That would be illegal and trespassing on private property, but okay. Okay. What the freak is this? There's an organ in here, a huge one. What the hell? There's even organ music going on. This is crazy. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. They used to call me Lil Miss Bach. You're always forgetting the cop. I'm sorry, Francis. I'm tired, alright? I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Uh-oh!
The Phantom of the Opera is here inside the Chief Prosecutor's office. The Phantom.
I would never remember where C was. That's not a good start. Oh! Oh, it's you two, baby! Chief Gant! He put the paper he was reading on his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct, baby. And Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident, baby. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over? See that big picture on the wall over there, baby? Yes. That's a picture of Lana, Neal, and me, baby. So this is Master Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. And then I murdered him. Something's not right with this picture. It's the lamp! I see the lamp! I mean, not the lamp, the vase, the vase. I see it. I see it. There's a vase. Also, there's a knife in the statue that killed somebody, maybe. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. There's two things. First things first. The shield is different. Maybe, I think. Second thing, there's a vase. Third thing, there's a statue of armor with a knife. Gant's team picture added the court record. What's it? I also like to live dangerously, baby. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention, baby. I'm going to lock up here so good. Let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long been solved and over, baby. No investigation anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore, baby. Huh? Now hurry up and get out of here. I've got a meeting to attend to, baby, yeah. Looks like we aren't welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around there. You mean like a clue?
Ruh-roh, Raggy, a roo.
No, Scoob, a clue.
A roo.
More evidence indeed. There's gotta be a way we can get back into the chief's office. Yeah, this is sketchy as sus. We've got a vase. We've got the knife. And we've got the murderer, Chief Gant. I'm calling it. Maybe Lana did actually kill this person. I don't know. Say I don't know. Say I don't know. Look, the patrolman is saluting another guy. He must be a detective. So I talked to Wright, and then you know what he says? What are you, a moron? I'm an undercover agent. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was listening to his friend mess it up. They make a good pair. I'm not looking at that badger. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. We gotta get in there. We gotta get in there. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the department and the prosecutor's office. Hey, Timon, it's good to see you today. How are you? It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to, yeah. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise up to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that place joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. He just might crack! Actually, I took out the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Doc had left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean? When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some Goyle. That was me. That was me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the incriminating evidence of all. The most of it. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. They always fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Maybe. Joe Dake was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take the serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. And then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came up on the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems like he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, that's all just conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yeah, but in the middle of his question, he fled and murdered the final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too. Luckily, Dake was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness? A.K.A. Emma. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I hope you're doing good, Timon. And Francis. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's present him with the murder weapon. And also I want to read the... Oh, we already know all the files, actually. It wasn't the right knife. I'm going to take a sip of water if you don't mind. Real quick. Won't take long. All right. About this. Hey! Hey, is that... It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of? What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, the knife's been locked away in the locker. On the day Detective Ed Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what the piece of incriminating evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. This knife was Joe Darkay's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store where he bought it all. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it, too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeet! Carless Gaming. Welcome! Yeet! This is my first time playing this, so please no spoilers. Thank you very much. Although I think I know Gant is the murderer. It seems pretty obvious now that Gant is the murderer. Yeah, well anyways, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. Excuse me? What? Inside his own body? Yeet! It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Drake's knife? Darkay's knife?
Started from the bottom, now we're here. I got a knife tip and it's right inside of me. I think I might have killed 5 people. I ain't sure, but I'm all gonna rap about it, huh?
You bet, down to the last fiber. Knives don't have fibers, but that's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report was added to the report. Let's take a look. Stabbed in the back. Died from punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found in the womb. Plot twist. The mastermind behind Phoenix Crime is Batman! Nah, Batman! Nah. That's a plot twist. The broken tip was found in the victim's body. Belonged to the murderer, Joe Darkay. Switchblade knife updated. Okay. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should have Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Wow, that's breaking and entering. That's totally illegal. But let's do it anyway. Yeah. Well, any detective's ID card should unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe's our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Probably the picture, I'm guessing. But let me see what this profile. Why did it go to profile all of a sudden? Oh. I always incidentally send that to early and mess up the joke. Objection! The witness statement contradicts the evidence. Objection! Hadouken! That's okay. That's okay. I do too. I mess up all my jokes. Let me see what this autopsy report says. Neil Marshall, 27, male. Date and time of death, February 19th, 7 and 7:30. Cause of death, single stab wound piercing the heart or lung. Died from blood loss under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Where's the tip? Just the tip, baby, yeah. What am I supposed to do here? Show him the evidence? Yeah. I'm guessing the picture, maybe. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll keep that in mind. Sheesh! That's not it, huh? I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice, I ain't buying it for one bit, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. Frick! After all, a serial killer was on the loose. Well, Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Darkhead guilty. What am I supposed to present here? I don't know. The Blue Badger. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the blood stain on the evidence locker with his life. I've been getting into Carlos, taking some law classes. This is a quote from Anime Bloopers. Yeah, you want to take some law? I haven't seen the anime before. I have to watch the Phoenix Wright anime, but first I want to beat the game, you know? I don't want to spoil anything. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if it hadn't guarded so well. I have to admit, he's right, though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 4:15 p.m. This is crazy. What am I supposed to show? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award. Yeah, I've already read this. I don't know what to show him, man. How creepy would it be if Blue Badger was a sentient being? He is a sentient being! How could you not know this? He is! He is! Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 777-7777! That's 17 too many, Detective. An executive officer. Might just have a hunch. It's Gant! What am I supposed to give him? Francis, help me! Help me! About that jar, I think I'd seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? You should give Gums a raise. Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from their previous lives. This must be the most uninformed detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? It was in his office. We know this already. The picture says it was. Oh my lord. Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow, is it a new type? I've never seen that ball before. Added 3 inches to your base height. Base height? Hey, let me see that. Lumental, new and improved growth formula. You mean this can't detect any blood traces? Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. Oh, so that's why the lady at the counter had the smirk on her face. Oh no, I got penis enlargement serum. God damn it. Why does it always happen to me? What am I supposed to present here? Honestly, I'm going through every goddamn piece of evidence. You show him the broken knife? I did, yeah. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. You never seen that quote? Yeah, well. God damn it! Poor, I guess we could try showing it to him again. All about this. Hey, is that... Yeah, I've already read this. Already read all this. Maybe show him the autopsy report? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Edgeworth is best waifu? He is major best waifu, dude. I literally have shown him like every damn piece of evidence here. I didn't read that yet, but it's okay. What the hell am I supposed to do? Take a sip of water. Maybe we're done with him. Maybe we're done with him. Maybe we need to go somewhere else. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You gotta get into that office. You know? Gotta get into that office. Oh, maybe not. No one's here today, not even Mrs. Starr. Everyone's probably looking at exactly what happened down at the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. I don't think there's anything here. We gotta get into that. Did you get Joe Dark's profile and evidence? I don't know if that's how it works. I will check. I will check. Can you give him profile and evidence? I don't know. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. He looks like he's writing something.
What? What are you doing here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor.
Tough day in court, huh? Ugh. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do to erase that fact.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains that no matter what excuse I might have... Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this emotion bottled up. Thank you for helping out, Carlos. I appreciate it. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
Ugh. First last year's trial, now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow's the last day. It'll be too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought the case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists. That is odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. To use evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Yeah, let's show him the picture. Could you tell us again what happened that day, the day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in ceremony at the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this!
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony.
Yeah, it is a different trophy. It is different from the previous one.
I finished at the police office that morning, then drove to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gann asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right.
Suspicious. Suspicious. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
Prosecutor Neil Marshall, he had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now.
Remember what?
That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award was based on.
Okay.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means a halberd and the second means shield. Have you ever heard this story?
Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake?
Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Shu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd claimed it could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other.
Very perceptive. But then you've heard the story before, right?
Hadouken! Wow, he's just throwing out objections in the middle of in the middle of conversations. Hold it! He's just throwing out objections willy-nilly. Hadouken! Hadouken!
Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of all these items discredit them both. When the king pointed out, this merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's item. An ancient tale ends with a merchant at a loss for words, but in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgy Boy. I learned something new today.
That's fun. If that's so,
Then why were you only given a shield?
you'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant?
King of Prosecutors Trophy updated.
Why did he do it?
That's a sure, right. The judge is untouchable. The beard is immaculate. You can't do anything against the power of the almighty judge, Hadouken.
Well, why did you change the trophy, my dude? Why did you change the trophy, my dude? Why did you change the trophy, my man?
Well, baby, it just was unseemly, baby, yeah.
The halberd was removed from the trophy?
It was, but why?
You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up on a shelf somewhere.
That has no meaning for me anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past?
He's asking me? Why can't you just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different?
Different?
Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield in the court record?
I guess it better present this other shield.
Yeah, we already did. Didn't like the new episode of the Steel Samurai, so he threw away the trophy and broke it. Oh, that's what did it, Carlos. Of course, dude. Of course. Alright, I think we might be done here. I think we might be done here. I think we might be done here. Chief Gant gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it from the police department.
The chief is a very competent man, but sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense.
Oh, a certain detective comes to mind. Rip!
Excuse me. Would either you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
Screw you, screwdriver! Is that even possible?
Well, I don't know.
Let's set Detective Gumshoe on the case and find out if you can screw a screwdriver, okay?
What do you know? It's a screwdriver! Yeah, you can screw up your case with a screwdriver. You can put it up your, toe.
Would either you like to care for a quarter pound roast beef?
Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches.
You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk.
What the? Whoa! Whoa! That's not true. Baby cows would suck the nipples.
Whoa!
Whoa there, Angel. Whoa!
Still, I never thought you'd go digging up the case from 2 years ago.
Also, what about human nipples? Yikers, okay, I'm just saying. This woman, cray-cray. Everyone in this trial is so involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something?
You know that little scene that happened to the witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Good with a knife? No matter how much the past you dig up, you won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. You prefer to unscrew the case? Very nice, Carlos. Dark A.
Joe Dark A. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We tailed him for a year and a half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was back then. Oh, I was so alive, baby. Those days were steamier than a hot bowl of gravy. Oh, it was steamy in that room. Just me and Edgy and Mr. Marshall. Oh, and Mr. Marshall's brother. I had a Marshall sandwich, if you know what I mean. Giggity, giggity. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, he must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Sky.
My sister!
The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo.
Lana and Chief Gant. Quit being such a salty lunch lady, Angel.
I had a bit too much salt in my meals, so now I'm crying tears of salt.
But aren't your tears always salty?
Yes, that may be the case. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of
evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Darkey got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
But you don't have proof if anything illegal was done.
I'm proof enough of what happened.
She's crying an ocean.
Cry me a river, babe. Cry me a river, babe.
Ah! After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Some of us were relieved of our doo-doo, too. Most of us without so much as an explanation. Then Lana Scott transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Scott was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used?
Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Gant would lead the investigation and Lana second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was most unreal. His magnetism, by that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence? You mean?
Oh yes, there were rumors back then even about him. No one dared confront him though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Really?
Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
But Mr. Marshall?
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt that she had lost her own brother. It wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever recover from a shot. That's what makes it all the more infuriating.
Miss Starr!
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief?
That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the whole office. That must have been his goal all along.
But how could he control Lana?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure.
Blackmail, that'd be my guess. Blackmail. Blackmail. Is it just me, or does Angel look like has two different eye colors time she switches her hair over? You know, I don't know. I haven't noticed yet. I'll keep an eye out. Maybe she is Two-Faced. You know, she's quite sharp. I kind of like her, actually. At first, I didn't like her. She's crazy, because she is, but now I kind of like her. What color is that eye right there? It's kind of like auburn colored, isn't it? Kind of. Well, I honestly can't tell what color that eye is. It looks sort of beige-ish. Could be slightly green. I can't really tell what color that is.
Ever since that case, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change.
At last, I'm finally getting close to the ugly mess. The bottom of this ugly mess. Started from the bottom, now here. I'm getting all the evidence before it disappear. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Star.
You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be better chief than I've been.
Better chief. Oh, better chef. Okay. I don't know. Do I need to send her any evidence? I don't know. The only thing I can give you is my poppy seed rice. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, it could have been. Looks black. Could have been. Carlos.
Oh, you're back!
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no.
Huh?
I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. End of story, baby. It'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make Detective change his mind. Yes, I think Detective Gumshoe is a poor detective, no doubt about it. What can I do to get you to change your mind, homie? We didn't get any new evidence, did we? What did she say? I might need some help here, honestly. I'm not sure. Maybe we can examine the room. But in backwards.
What? The Darkade case may have been fabricated? That's what I thought all along. I just never bothered to tell anyone.
Now there's a guy who cares about his work. That's Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
Oh, Francesca, you're more lovely than a marsupial. Quiet, Jean Mark. Words will spoil the moment. Now hold me close.
Yes?
Yes, this approach follows for much more intrigue.
It seems he's given up on the mystery genre. Okay. Maybe we still need to go somewhere else. Back to Edgy, maybe? Huh, I don't know. I need help here. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I need some help, man. This is confusing. Maybe we can show him the trophy, how it was changed. I'm not sure. This file is growing backwards. Yeah, I've already seen this.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that. There was this dragon. That's it, a dragon. He had this thing for shields, see?
That's not exactly the version we heard.
No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details.
That's not it.
Frick!
Come on. Come on, Gumshoe. Let me in the office. He's a murderer. He's a murderer. Let me in. Let me in. Can't present any of this. You can see the characters, so it's kind of cool. What am I gonna do here, fam? What am I gonna do?
I can't believe Officer Marshall would do something like that. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me.
Give me something, please! Carlos, exactly.
When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus.
Really?
He said,
Dick, she'll listen to all your trouble.
Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus.
hard to believe that he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him.
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Go to Edgeworth's office and examine.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I will do that.
You forgot a very important thing. Piece of paper? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's have a look. Are you crazy, Edgeworth? Sit right here. Just distract him, I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out there, out the window? Oh no, he's fallen to the ground.
Hold on, let me see what the girl's doing crawling around my feet.
He didn't even look.
Well, what? Letter of ruh.
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation.
Resignation, Edgeworth, you don't mean?
I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, now I know. Thank you, Francis. That, I don't know, that would have Honestly, that probably would have taken me a long time to figure out. I'm just going to tell you. If not for your little hint there, Francis. That would have taken me a long time.
Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor.
He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even resigning, Mr. Edgeworth, is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how the world of grown-ups is. Yeah, but responsibility means nothing if you quit. You quit being a prosecutor and all defense attorneys, we will go out sometime. Yeah! Yeah, Carlos. Party! Karaoke party! You can sing Take On Me. Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I do love that song. Take on me, take me on. You'll be gone, 'cause I put you in jail.
Wow, Edgeworth, that's quite the singing voice you've got there.
'Cause I put you in jail.
Truly, to take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life, no pay. That's one tough grown-up world there. Work the rest of your life, no pay, huh? Alright, let's give it to him.
Give it to me, baby. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way, Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him to this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice. But now I know different. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we just betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I made up my mind. But. Here, take my ID card.
We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook without another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you.
What a homie! Yay! Casually breaking the law. Yeah! You're my hero! Yeah!
Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look at his eyes, half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. That is not very nice. That is not very nice. I may have been put in jail, but at least I can listen to this majestic creature sing. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Talking away, all these lawyers, they just love me. But now I have to say, objection! Today's another day to find you guilty, guilty, guilty. But I'll be coming for your guilty plea. Take on me. Take me on. You'll be gone, 'cause I put you in jail. Karaoke, baby, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
A little Beetlejuice with his head.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
Is it an alarm? I mean, this just looks like a evil boss's office, doesn't it?
We're in.
If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried you'd might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card. Crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. Creepy song. Yeah. Very much, yeah. You're in the mafia house now. It feels like it, doesn't it? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we all in this together now. We all criminals, baby. You really want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I got a bad feeling about these. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's?
Yeah, that's where I was waiting for Lana on that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir.
This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everybody else. He wants us always to be alert. He told us so himself on his New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since the incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. We'll find out. Hey, Mr. Krebs. Hello. My throat is getting sore. We might have to wait on the last day of court for tomorrow. Palpatine versus Xehanort. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because of one of the SL9 crime scenes? Maybe we'll finish it, I don't know. I mean, that's the only reason for you coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be, nah. Nah, there's no way, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, you're supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so now what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do ya? I do. How's Mama Vida? She's shopping right now, Mr. Krabs. What? He's right. Mr. Wright, what do you think of him? I think he's the murderer. Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Alright, let's examine this place. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Oh, okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in the panel to open it. A 7-digit number, I think. I just might know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my boy date, is that it? I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. I think the code is 777. 7777. Code confirmed. Access granted. I'm a genius. Let's go. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 777. 7777. The final ID card on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day? I mean, the number of the mysterious officer who roomed that day. You mean 7777777, that ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing, that Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone can care to look inside? Oh! Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from the broken cup. A shard from a broken cup?
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here, too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it might have just have been a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove the relevancy to get them. How are these two related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective.
Well, I'll show you. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put it back together. Ah, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence on that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know the fragment we just found?
You mean this one that was in the safe? Yeah, that one that was in the safe. Oh, now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Frickin' idiot.
Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. I have all sorts of glue. I got sticky glue, rubber cement, fast-drying glue, glue that'll put your hair up in the air, glue that can keep your pants on. I got glue. I got Blue's Clues glue. I got crayon glue. I like glue. Yeah, I like glue.
If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Cheesecant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. You're kind of stupid.
Edible glue.
Yeah, edible glue. Can't forget the edible glue.
Edible glue. There, fits like a charm. That, of course, means
Chief Cant willingly and unknowingly hid this piece of evidence inside a jar in his safe.
Oh! In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence on the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this!
What is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
Uh-oh.
There's a reddish line on it.
A reddish line?
That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Unstable jar added to the court record. Blood traces found. Is that just glucose? I'm glue, dabba-dee, dabba-die. If I was green, I would die. I'm a dee, dabba-die. Alright, let's examine the evidence.
Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain.
Looks like blood. The piece the chief had is different, though. The blood stains on the other pieces are just spots, but this one's a line. That is odd. Can we fingerprint it? Can we fingerprint it? I don't think so. Maybe I can.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about the cloth we found in the safe.
Oh, hey, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right?
Why does Japanifornia have one main prosecutor One main defense attorney, one main detective, and only pretty much one judge. It is a very Japan of 40. It is a pretty funny. It's for continuity and for laughs, I think. Yes, you're right. These cases make 0 sense in real legal law. By the way, none of this would fly. Any of this stuff. For example, right now, let's say, for example, they did find some evidence like this. The fact that they illegally obtained it by breaking and entering would mean that all of this evidence obtained, if it was tried to use in court, would not be allowed. Because it's called illegal search and seizure. You can't. Not to mention a lawyer isn't the one who's the detective, but whatever, it's who cares? It's funny, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? You're just dumb. Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed in the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told 1,000,000 times. All right, let's get this over with. Looks like a partial. Gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from the print. Okay, let's try a different finger. Me dumb. No, you not dumb, Krabs. Looks like a partial. Yeah, another partial. Probably not enough. I gave it my best shot. That kind of result. Blah, 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 blah. Middle finger. They should have a warning on the game. Kids, do not try this if you want to be a lawyer. You'll be sentenced to death. Do we get a middle fingerprint? Oh yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking good. This looks usable. It's not Gantz. Whose is it? Oh, it's Emma's! What? Emma? What are you doing in here, Emma? Oh, right. She was sitting in the office when she got murdered. Or when she got attacked. Emma, your prints are on the glove. What the hell? Hold on, I gotta sip some water here. Did the game just give you a middle finger? Well said. Very punny. Very good, Carlos. I approve. 5 Vita points for you.
5 Vita points to Gryffindor. Hooray!
What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match? Oh, that's too bad. I thought that'd be Drake's print, Darkay's print.
Psst, hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here. Maybe you should hold on to this.
Huh. Why would he need Emma's prints? Was he forging evidence? What is he doing here? What is he doing? This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and those weapons.
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitation.
First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Your corona results came in and you're negative. Yoo-hoo! Freedom! No more quarantine for EE. Freedom! Freedom! I don't got the corona. Freedom! Woohoo! You don't have any taxes to pay.
Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding at Alma as we speak.
I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he's never going to be able to get back out.
Cut it out, you guys. Know how scary that guy can be. You don't know.
He can see pretty far from 15 stories up. Even if you were to drop that suit of armor from here.
At first, the chief wanted to use the stained glass window for this.
Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Remember that room is a crime scene, and what is present in a crime scene? Clues! Ruh-roh, we gotta find some clues! Wow, look at the size of the Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, you two, baby! Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidences.
It's a list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
No, about the evidence lists? Normally they're twice as long? That's right, I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Half-size list of evidence.
The list of evidences, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
What would the other half of the evidence list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about the case. It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. Oh, we gotta look for blood, do we? We gotta lift the blood, do we? Bruh, one of the Rift Apart devs left the team because Rivet looked like a woman. What the actual F? Screw that, dude. Screw that dev. Who cares if Rivet looked like a woman or not? Come on. I gotta read that story. I don't get it. Well, she was supposed to be a female version of the Lombax. So they could make Lombax babies in their sequel or something, right? I mean, come on. What's wrong with that? Whatever. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence.
Now, that's not very kind, is it, baby? In other words, if it wasn't his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the code?
Hey! Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Fortunately, I'm a believer man who believes in signs, baby. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and see a stray dog run right into a pole, baby. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you do to me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
You in the code.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore, baby.
But sir.
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like to word with you.
But sir, I'm not a licensed...
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright, you can't leave her. What are you doing? What did he just left a little girl in there with a murderer? Are you stupid? What the frick? You're an idiot. Phoenix, you're dum-dum. You're stupid.
Look, pal, I told you once, I told you 1,000 times, the chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I would have never said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about all this time? Anyway,
You listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with Chief again. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing, not a single useful thing.
Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Scientists confirmed Earth is neither round nor flat. Earth is fricked. Earth is fricked. I didn't see any blood, Francis. Any blood clue. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say?
So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting, no. I think I'm afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly frightened of. What is this person's name?
Well, Miss Skye?
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a little bit more about what you know?
If you drink luminol with your blood glow... I think that'd be very, very dangerous to drink. Luminol. Luminol. You'd be a human nightlight. I think you'd probably... I don't know how dangerous luminol would be to drink. I think it might be very bad. Very, very, very bad to drink. I think it might send you to the hospital. Maybe worse. Yeah. I would not do that.
We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it though the Chief's case stand was never mentioned?
Chief Gaunt?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse
Damon Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Damon Gant falsified evidence.
We literally have it. I just found this in a safe at the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief himself. Now tell me, why are you taking the blame for him? If you had used luminol, you would have found a bloodstain near Gant's desk and one on the left. Oh, I see.
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty of murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman?
Or perhaps I should say, follow order.
Yes, that's a more accurate way.
Then cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body, baby.
You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes. You were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct.
I was trying to take that body out of Edgeworth.
I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that the murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon.
You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife that was stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident? Serial killer Joe Darkey's knife?
I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
Oh. He was already dead and she stabbed him. Oh my God. That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking in the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And this is the reason for the bandage on your right hand?
Yes, it seems I've got the blood on the victim's shoes as well.
And then?
She saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Mrs. Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Darky's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Darkey case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want to be opened again. My intent was to prevent whatever means possible.
So you hid Darkey's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Darkey case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife up in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth exhaust pipe.
Right, then I called my sister to tell her what had happened, to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma's so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling in one of them one day. A bad feeling.
In the first investigations game, a game where the MC is Edgeworth, the final case is just ridiculous. Oh no, the suspect is getting away. Hold it! Just that for like 5 times in a row. Hold it! Hold it!
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. Phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
The Marshal? Why would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only person I could trust, or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade on his own.
Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die, he decided to
take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I do love, you gotta love the Hadouken objection.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana,
you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demon. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago.
be continued.
That would be ejection. Ejection. Should ejection. Should he hold it? Should he hold it? Ejection. How many evidences do you have now? Ah, too many. This is going to be a hard day in court. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, boys. I would love to continue, but I don't think my voice can handle it right now. I think my voice is a little shot. So, I am sorry to say, I think tomorrow will be our final. I think tomorrow I will finish the case. Finally finish it. Thank you so much, Francis, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos, for the jokes. I appreciate it. Mr. Krabs. Francis is MVP of the stream. And Ito, too, for hanging out. And Timons, too. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to take a short break. I need to rest my voice a little bit. Maybe have some lunch. And then maybe I will try and finish Dark Souls 3. Yeah. I don't know. Mia's John Cena, are you sure about that? You what? You think I'm not going to finish the game tomorrow? You think I'm not going to finish the game tomorrow? I could play it now, but my voice is shot, dude. No, I won't lose my voice. I'm fine. Play Gold Lewis Vita. I might buy the Battle Pass for... Looks interesting. I might buy the Battle Pass, the Season Pass for... Guilty Gear? I don't know. I don't have the Season Pass yet, but I might get it. Alright, take care, everybody. I think I might play some Dark Souls in a little bit, but I don't know. I'll probably take a little rest for now. I'll probably take a little rest and relax. See you in a little while. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.